Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, Yes You Can Home Educate. I'm Jenny, home educating mum to 6, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about GCSE courses and resources that are out there that are available to you to help your teen navigate studies towards GCSEs from home. Most of these are ones that my teens have used and are still using, so the younger ones that haven't completed yet, and others are ones that have come highly recommended, that are well known in the home education community. It is by no means an exhaustive list of all the courses that are out there. It would have to be a very, very long video in order to cover all of them. But these are the ones that are familiar to us, that are working for us and have worked for us, and ones that we know of that people use successfully. And hopefully by the end of this video you'll be armed with a little bit more knowledge of the things that are out there that can help your teen get through the studies for GCSEs to achieve these qualifications should they want to. If you're just at the very start of this journey and want to know more about how home educated teenagers achieve GCSEs, I highly recommend that you go to my other video on GCSEs titled, I've got it written down, just a minute, senior moment. Okay, so that's Home Educating Teenagers, GCSE Studies and Exams. And if I can figure out the tech or get my techie son to help me, I will put the link up here. But if I can't, it'll definitely be down there in the description below. So without further ado, let's dive right in and start looking at some of the courses that are available out there. The first course I'm going to tell you about is the English course that my children have used. It's Catherine Mooney Tutoring, and this is her website. I will put the link to her website in the description below, as I will for all the websites and courses that I discussed today. So Catherine Mooney is an English teacher. She teaches English literature. She has courses from primary level all the way up to GCSEs. My children have used her pre-IGCSE course, which is aimed at sort of KS3 level children, so between primary school and then starting GCSE studies, as well as her IGCSE course. So this is the page for her courses. We'll take a look at the different courses she offers. She offers IGCSE English, language, Edexcel Spec A, B, and also the Cambridge International Exams boards. My children chose the Edexcel Spec A. She also offers AQA GCSE, Functional Skills English Level 2, IGCSE English Literature, that's a new one. My daughter's thinking of starting that one next September. She offers essay writing for those who need a bit of help with that, and this is the pre-IGCSE course that a couple of my children used between finishing primary studies and then starting GCSE. She also now offers a pre-IGCSE English Literature course, and that looks like it's a new one. Looks like it's on for pre-order, as well as some courses called Word Weaver's Apprentice and Advanced Start, and that's her primary level English language courses. She's also an artist and has a distance course in art, a 6-month course for children starting at the age of 7. We haven't used that, so I don't know what it's like, but it's good to know that there's something else she offers. So this is her about page. Catherine Mooney is an English teacher. She talks about her qualifications. She was also an examiner for GCSE, and then she's got 2 other ladies teachers that also help her now to mark and give feedback to the students now that her business has grown as more and more students take up her courses. So this is the course fees page. Her course fees are about the going rate for the kind of courses she offers, where she marks work. She marks 10 assignments per course, the ones that we've used, that is, at least, the IGCSE and the pre-IGCSE. And she also offers a mock exam at the end of the IGCSE course that she also marks and gives a predicted grade, which is really helpful. Another thing that's helpful is that if you have more than one child close in age, she does offer sibling rates, which is useful. So when you first purchase her courses, you will immediately get a PDF that you can download and print off. You can get a hard copy sent to you for an extra fee, but we were quite happy with the PDF itself and able to print that no problem. She also gives you MP3s over the entire course where she narrates the course herself, and her courses are written in a lovely conversational style where she talks directly to the student and explains in a really nice, easy way to them each of the concepts. My children have really enjoyed all her lessons, and it's really useful that at the end of each chapter they're able to submit an assignment and then get the feedback that they need to see how they're progressing and how they need to improve. Another thing is that she does make herself available by phone for the students should they need to discuss their lessons or any questions that they have a little bit more deeply, and if that suits them a little bit more than just the email feedback, which is the norm. So that's the Catherine Mooney language lessons. The next course I'm going to talk to you about is the mathematics course that my children have been taking through the £2 tuition hub. It's run by a fantastic maths teacher named Mr. Doug Lloyd, and he runs IGCSE/GCSE mathematics classes. They're really applicable to all the mathematics boards. The courses run via live Zoom classes, but if the live classes don't suit your child, you can also access recorded lessons via the £2 tuition hub as well. My children prefer the live lessons because they're able to interact and then ask direct questions to the teacher. He delivers homework via an online platform that then automatically gives the answers as well, marks the work that the children are doing so they can get that automatic feedback, and he also sets them worksheets that they can download or print off from the £2 tuition hub platform, and then he'll discuss the answers in the next lesson. He runs 3 classes per week. That's how the IGCSE classes run. They run over 2 years, and it's 3 live classes per week. And it's very affordable because it's £6 per week, which is a lot cheaper than many of the GCSE or IGCSE classes that are out there. He's a lovely teacher. He's very engaging. He makes maths a lot of fun for the students. He has a great rapport with the children. I often hear them laughing in lessons. He banters with them, and he runs some fun quizzes as well, just to make it a little bit more enjoyable and encouraging some competition between the students at the end of many of the lessons. So I thoroughly recommend Mr. Lloyd's lessons, and it's definitely worth checking out the £2 tuition hub. Have a look at the taster sessions. And the other thing I would say is it's very much worth joining the £2 tuition hub Facebook group, and you can talk to other parents on there, and that will help you make up your mind as well whether you think that these lessons might be a good fit for your children. So the £2 tuition hub offers courses in several GCSE subjects, and the only other one that we're personally using is the history, run by a lovely lady called Lily, who is a qualified secondary school history teacher. My 14 and 15-year-old are both going to be commencing their second year in AQA History GCSE studies with Lily. It's 2 hours per week, and they both seem to find her classes extremely interesting. They often finish their classes and then come to me and tell me about the interesting discussions they've had with Lily and the other students in the class. Just like all the courses on the £2 tuition hub, they're very affordable. It's 2 hours per week, so £4 per week for my 2 children to study AQA GCSE. They don't offer a mock with the £2 tuition hub because of how many students they're teaching, but these things can be worked around by doing past papers, using the mark schemes prior to the exam, and there are also other services out there like markmypapers.com, who offer professional marking services should you want your child to sit a mock style exam and get that feedback and a predicted grade prior to their GCSE. And I'll include a link for the markmypapers.com service in the description below, should that be something you're interested in using. So the next courses we're going to talk about are the Southwest Science School online courses. They offer Science IGCSE in biology, human biology, physics and chemistry, as well as the double award, which is worth 2 IGCSEs, but it's the 3 sciences condensed. So it was set up by a lady named Jo Dale, and she wanted to make science accessible to all. And she's done that by creating this fantastic science course online. And what makes it very accessible is the price. They're very affordable. They are £100 per IGCSE or £300 for the double science award. And that allows you access to the course for 3 years. But normally it takes 2 years to do the course, but you have that extra leeway, which is quite good. They also have amazing sibling discounts. So if you have a sibling that wants to start on attached to that same course but with their own platform, it's only £25 extra. And because of that extra year of the leeway, you could have one child start a year later and still it's enough time there on that 3-year access to the platform for both of them to sit the 2-year course. And I've taken advantage of that a couple of times with my 3 older children because they're very close in age. So that's been really useful for us anyway. But let's have a look at what's included in the price. Basically, they say everything that's required to pass the exam with a level 9, so that's an A star. You get 3 years of support from the tutors, as we just discussed. You get support access via email or messaging direct on the platform, and normally my children, when they've asked for questions, they get a response within 24 hours and often much sooner than that. You get the live webinars week to week. You get the recorded course as well if they prefer to just do it at their own pace. They get a marked mock at the end of the course, which is very valuable. It's so useful to have that opportunity to sit the exam and then get a predicted grade and see where they need to work, where they need to concentrate prior to the real thing. They get a timetable to help them schedule for those 2 years. Revision sheets, mini mock exams, they have to sit assignments and they get the answers and the quizzes, extra resources and videos. They have lessons in exam technique that are accessible, all videos. And lots of practice questions and access to past papers, as well as practicals they can do from home and everything that they need to know about practicals for the final exams. So that's Southwest Science School. We found them really good for us, and I think they're great value for money. Definitely worth checking out and seeing whether they would suit your teen as well. Okay, so if you've done any sort of research into GCSE courses for home educated students in the UK, you'll have most likely already come across Oxford Homeschooling. They're one of the bigger companies that are out there. They've been around for a little while, they're quite established, and they offer KS3, GCSE, IGCSEs and even A levels for home educated students. We've only used them for IGCSE Spanish so far. My son completed their course this year and sat the exam, and my daughter's still in the middle of it and hoping to sit Spanish next year. They offer quite a few different GCSEs, as you can see, and they work similarly to all the other home education courses in that they will deliver the whole course to you, but it is up to you to organise their exam sitting at an exam centre. So as you can see, they offer quite a few different IGCSEs and GCSEs. And when you first sign up to a course, you are assigned a tutor and you are sent a great big folder with all the course materials that you need. You have to organise regular meetings with your tutor and they help you through everything. They mark each module. At the end of each module you have an assignment that gets marked, and so you get the feedback that you require. And then at the very end of the course, you get to sit a mock exam and get that marked and a predicted grade and feedback. And again, that is really helpful in order to just focus the study before the final GCSEs are actually sat. One thing that you might find useful to know is that what happened to us with my son was that his first tutor we didn't find to be very good, actually. She wasn't easily contactable and we kind of had to chase her. She didn't seem to be giving him the amount of structure and feedback that he needed. So when we discovered this, we rang them pretty quickly at the beginning of the course, and they have a hotline there, they have people to help, and they very swiftly moved us to a different tutor. And the second tutor we got was fantastic, perfect fit for my son. She was excellent. So that's just one thing to note, that if you do have a problem, you can ring up and adjust things. And so that's sort of a negative, but also a positive about our experience with Oxford homeschooling that you might find useful to know. So while we're on the subject of the larger home education distance learning companies for GCSEs and IGCSEs, I thought I'd mention Wolsey Hall, Oxford. We haven't personally used them, but I know other people have used them successfully. They do happen to be a little bit pricier than all the others I've mentioned, but I thought they were worth mentioning because they do offer IGCSEs that are not offered by some of the other providers that I've talked about, such as environmental management or additional maths, and they, I think, offer courses by different examination boards, so the syllabus might be different as well and might suit your teen a little better than maybe the ones offered by other course providers. So just worth knowing about when you're doing your research to find GCSE courses that your child wants to study and sit. This next course that I'm going to tell you about will be useful to you if you have a child that's interested in computer science. Computer science, I think, is offered by Wolsey Hall, but like I said, they are quite pricey. Julia Roebuck runs this course. She has a degree in computer science and 20 years experience in computer programming. She's extremely passionate about computer science, and she also happens to be a home educator herself. Just looking at this page now, it looks like she has increased her prices a little bit since my son studied her course, but I think she's still a little bit more affordable than the Wolsey Hall course. They both cover the syllabus for the Cambridge International Computer Science IGCSE. Julia offers a 2-year live course where they join the class once a week. She gives them homework, she provides them with everything that they need to sit the exam at the end of 2 years. And at the end, she also has them sit a mock under exam conditions live online, which is also very useful because she'll mark that and give them the feedback that they need with the predicted grade so that they can focus their studies to sit the real thing at the end of the course. She also offers the IGCSE as a self-paced course, and that one is a little bit more affordable. And as you can see, she also has self-paced recorded courses at Key Stage 2 and Key Stage 3 levels. My older 3 all studied the Key Stage 3 recorded computer science course, and I only had to purchase it the once, because obviously once you have the logins, then you can use that entire recorded course as many times as you want for as many children as you have who are interested in studying the course. So that might be something useful for you to know as well. The final thing I wanted to talk to you about was art. Now, art is a difficult one to do as a home educated student because of the need for independently marked coursework, but a good alternative for that is to do a Trinity Art Award under a art award advisor. And there are a few alternatives that I've found on Facebook. You can do this under the £2 tuition hub. I think there's a private art award group for home educated students. on Facebook, a separate one, if you just put it in the search terms. Or there's this lady who has a company called Arty Artisans. Her name is Kim Hutchinson, and we discovered her when we first started home educating, and she used to run a face-to-face art group for home educated children. And then as my children got older, she then offered the art award at bronze and silver level. So the bronze art award is equivalent to a level 1 qualification, which is a standard to a GCSE 3-1, and the silver is a level 2 qualification equivalent to a GCSE 4-9. So that might be a nice alternative for a child that's into art and wants to put together a portfolio and show a certain standard of work if they're interested in maybe going on to further studies in art at a later stage. So those are my courses and resources that I had to share with you today. There are, of course, like I said, many more things out there. The home education Facebook groups are a great place to find out about courses that other people are using for their children. Check out the websites themselves. I will be putting links in the description below. If you found the information in this video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you did give it a like. You may want to consider subscribing to find out when more videos come out. And please share with those who you think might benefit. And until the next video, happy homeschooling to you all. And don't forget, yes, you can home educate. Bye.